Hey, I'm Mann, and we're here in the beautiful Dolomite Mountains in northern Italy. We have been playing with the iPhone 17 Pro camera system over the last few days, and we've had a blast. We've been cycling and hiking and paragliding and all over the place, all while playing with the new telephoto options and also dual capture. We also found a couple of hidden features that no one really is talking about. So I'm excited to share all of that with you. Big thanks to our sponsors who make this video possible. First of all, our bespoke tour operator, Dolomite Mountains. They have coordinated a perfect adventure for us, and we've always been at the right place at the right time. And Lux Optics, the maker of Halide and Kino, the very best manual camera apps for iPhone and the ones that we use all the time.
So 4 or 5 years ago, I picked up cycling, and of course have been shooting for decades now. But the obvious answer for capturing my cycling experiences has always been the iPhone, because it's so compact. It can fit in my pocket. I can operate it with just one hand, but it keeps getting a little bit better. And in the last couple of years, you know, we got the longer telephoto lens, the 5X, and of course the better ultra wide. But this year, there's a couple of new features that really lend themselves to capturing the cycling experience. So first off, the dual capture is actually quite cool, because I can capture this amazing landscape around us here in the Dolomite Mountains and also get video of myself, so I don't have to kind of turn the camera around all the time. And then I also really love having the longer telephoto. Well, I like having the 4X telephoto at 48 megapixels. And then also the 8X, just being able to really punch into the top of some of these mountain peaks. And with my traditional cameras, I have a series I call Where Light Lingers, where I use really long lenses to kind of transport the viewer of the print up into the high mountain peaks. And so I spend a lot of my time just looking at the top of these ridgelines and looking for images where we might see interesting light coming into the side, lighting these pillars of rock and fog. And now that I have this 8X on the iPhone, it's an even better fit for capturing the cycling experience. So we are still just on our first day of this adventure, and it gets me really excited to play with these tools and see what they can really do in the next few days.
It is September 13th, and I'm here in the Dolomite Mountains with the iPhone 17 Pro. And what's special about today is it is the Sella Ronda, which is an annual holiday where the roads throughout the Dolomites are closed across 4 passes. And we're up at the Gardena Pass right now, and the roads have just closed to all vehicles, anything with a motor. And now it's gonna be cyclists only. There may be 10 to 15,000 people out here cycling over these passes, stopping in at the refugios for lunch and beers. And it's this huge annual event where everyone comes, families, pro cyclists, enthusiasts, and we get to be here. And I get to capture the event on my iPhone 17 Pro. I can't believe this landscape, and I'm really looking forward to trying out the 8X telephoto as well as the 4X telephoto, and also the dual capture selfie mode. So let's get rolling. All right, we just finished our first pass, which is the Campolongo. We're at 1,850 meters. We climbed about 1,000 feet or so. And it's just so fun, like what a special moment to be able to experience these mountains with no cars on the road, just a bunch of cyclists enjoying the outdoors. And I was playing around a ton with the new selfie mode that is like center stage and allows me to capture the whole group with a selfie, whether I go horizontal or vertical. I got some really nice shots. It was fun to play with, and now it's time to grab some breakfast at the cafe and then enjoy our first descent.
Got a strudel.
All right, here we are at the Passo Pordoi. This is our second pass of the day on the Sella Ronda. And it's midday, we got a little bit of sunlight up here. It's really pretty. and thought I would try the new selfie mode. So I reached out my arm and kept the phone vertical, and I had Doug, Taylor, and Christian all around me. And at first it just showed me in the shot, but then it detected all three of them with bikes and included them in the shot. And it made for a really nice selfie. I think this is a cool feature because it just happens behind the scenes. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to rotate your phone. You don't have to hit go wider button. It just got all of us and it made a better selfie. And I'm a fan of that. This is my first time trying dual capture. We've been cycling all morning, been mostly in the clouds, looking at these amazing views, but the sunlight just came out, and thought I would try this feature. So looks like I can move it around down to the bottom corner if I want, which I think I like it there better. Pretty nice to see the view and be able to talk to the camera at the same time, especially on the bicycle. All right, we are in the thick of Sella Ronda. We are at Paso Sella. This is our third climb of the day, and man, the views are amazing. The culture and the community is amazing. I'm hearing languages from all over the world. Just super diverse group of cyclists out here. And it's just like super fun to be in a world where cycling is so common culturally. There's bicycles everywhere, and all the hotels have bicycling accommodations, and so it's just been a blast to meet all these people and to get to experience this amazing place with each of them. Today has been an adventure for the record books, and just want to give a big shout out to Dolomite Mountains tour operators. They organized this tour for us and connected us with Christian, and we had the experience of a lifetime. All right, we're on our way up to the Franz Kostner Refugio, up above at the top of the Dolomites here, and we've got a beautiful view off that way of the Marmolada Glacier. And this has been a fun environment to play around with the 4X telephoto at 48 megapixels, but also the 8X 200 millimeter zoom. This type of environment is just really great for using that longer focal length to compress perspective and capture the mountains in a unique way. All right, so I'm trying this new accessory, that camera strap that attaches to the iPhone 17 Pro case. Perfect way to use it out here because obviously I don't want to drop my camera, and it works pretty well. I can imagine using this quite a bit. Thanks, Eric. All right, we just landed. It was an absolutely stunning sunrise paraglide. Couldn't have asked for better conditions. Got to try out this new accessory, I'll call it a camera strap, and it worked really, really well in this environment. Obviously, don't want to drop my my camera from 1,000 feet, so nice security there. I can imagine I'll probably use this a lot, but I'll probably get a black one. All right, so as I wrap this week of running around the Dolomite Mountains with the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max cameras, I have a few insights and observations and reflections. One, this place is absolutely incredible. I'd never been here, but I just couldn't believe the landscapes, the culture, the people, the hospitality. We have had an amazing time. And so we're super thankful for that. But we've had a lot of fun playing with these new camera systems too. Like there's some new features that I found particularly compelling. And at the top of that list is the telephoto options, the 4X and the 8X. You know, last year we had the iPhone 16 Pro with the 5X lens, and that's 120 millimeters. And generally it always felt in practice just a little too tight for me, just a little too close. So having 4X, which is an equivalent of 100 millimeters, just feels a little bit more natural and familiar. And so I've really enjoyed using that for portraits and also for landscapes. It is a 48 megapixel sensor, so it's 4 times the resolution of last year's 5X. And that resolution pays off. I've loved taking pictures out here and then coming back and looking at them on the bigger screen and seeing the detail in the rock faces and just the detail in the shots in general. So I know that those will be really nice when I look at them in print, and I've been printing quite a bit more lately and fine art prints. And so I'm excited to work with White House Custom Color to get some of these 48 megapixel 4X images printed. Also, there's the 8X perspective, which is a completely new perspective for the iPhone camera system. And that's more an equivalent of like a 200 millimeter. And so that's been awesome, especially in a landscape like this, to be able to just punch into the mountain peaks and to the infinite and layers of depth of this mountain range. And it really helps you kind of isolate all the distractions and just get exactly what you want. And so it's a fun new perspective as an artist to play around with, and one that I use quite often when I'm working with my Sony or my Hasselblad. On my Sony, I'm using my 100 to 400 all the time, and it's specifically so I can compress that depth and kind of get rid of distractions and transport the viewer into these little portions of the world around us. And so it's been fun and rewarding to pay off to play with that 8X perspective. Secondly, I want to talk about photographic styles. So photographic styles are something that really grown on me this year. In fact, I've been using them so much that I barely ever use Pro Raw anymore. And the reason is photographic styles are super smart, semantically aware styles that know what is in your picture, whether sky, people, foliage, and it adjusts the image based on what's in your image. So it's not just a one size fits all filter where you just drag sliders and it affects everything the same way. Instead, these are multiple variables moving in and out at the same time based on what's in your picture, and it's almost hard to articulate and understand exactly what's happening. But what I do know is when I start playing with styles, I like my iPhone pictures better, and I would encourage you to do the same. This year we got a new style called Bright, and it's an undertone, and undertones are one of the categories of photographic styles. The other one is moods. Undertones are more designed and optimized for pictures with people and specifically in preserving skin tones. The other category is called moods, which is more designed for just general landscape. It works well with people, and it's a little bit more dramatic and stylized. So this year, Bright is our new style. It's an undertone, so it's more optimized for skin tones. And I found that it works quite well with people. I tested it on a couple portraits, and there might have been like shade on their face, and it could brighten their face while still maintaining the accurate skin tone, but then also while I was doing that, it still maintained the quality and the highlights in the sky without blowing those out. And so I actually decided to play around a little bit with it on landscapes as well, and I found that it kind of brightens the foliage, and it's a really nice new effect, and one that I think I'll be using quite a lot. A little bit of buying advice as you think about upgrading from whatever device you're on. First and foremost, if you think of yourself as a serious photographer, as beautiful as this orange color is, I think you have to pass on it and get the deep blue. If they had a black option, I would say definitely get that. And I do think that there's a lot to be said about having a more discreet camera. My style as a photographer, I would rather not draw unnecessary attention to myself as a photographer, and I just would rather be more discreet, and this has a way of drawing attention. So it is beautiful, but I don't think it's appropriate for as a camera. So secondly, the Air. Man, this is a beautiful device, and when I first saw it, I started thinking like, I wonder if that could work for me, because everyone knows I prefer smaller, thinner, and more discreet cameras. So when I first picked it up, I was optimistic that maybe it could be the right tool for me, but pretty quickly, of course, I realized, there's no 0.5x, there's no serious telephoto on it. So I just think both of those perspectives are really important as an artist, and when you're telling a story and you're wanting to express a vision, having those extra perspectives are really key. That said, Halide has kind of unlocked some power within this device. So if you do want to get the Air and you download the manual camera app Halide, they've been able to figure out how to help you get a close focus mode, more like a macro mode, and also have like a 3x telephoto, and it works really, really well. So if you do if you're interested in the Air, or if you have the Air or got the Air, make sure to get Halide, because it really does unlock some potential in the camera system on the iPhone Air. For me, I prefer the iPhone 17 Pro over the Max. Again, I like to have a little bit smaller camera. I find it easier to handhold this and single-handedly operate it, and I think that the battery life is very good on this. The things to consider with the 17 Pro Max are it's the exact same camera system, but it has even better battery life, and it is truly insane battery life. But it also has the 2 terabyte option. So if you're really storage hungry and you've got plenty of cash to spare, you can pick up the 2 terabyte iPhone 17 Pro Max. And the 17 Pro is available with a 1 terabyte, up to 1 terabyte of storage, which is enough for me because I use the cloud to store my photos and share them across devices. Really, before going on this adventure, I believe that the iPhone was the best tool to capture, on the fly adventures like this, especially cycling. But now more than ever, with the new telephoto options, it is hands down, I think, the very best tool. It's waterproof, it's flexible. You have perspectives from 13 millimeters all the way out to 200, and it's really a joy to use for these adventures. And as I think about what I have coming up, I just can't wait to have this with me in the Himalaya and on other adventures that are coming, because I have these new perspectives, these new ways to be able to tell stories, all baked into this device. And with that, I'd like to thank our amazing guide who was with us this entire week, Christian. We couldn't have done any of this without him, and the Dolomite Mountains Bespoke Tours team that has organized our entire trip. I'd also like to say thank you to Doug Coe, who has been super helpful on tons of stuff behind the scenes, and Lance Taylor for this amazing film. It is all shot on iPhone 17 Pro Max. When you get your iPhone, I encourage you to really try to push it to the max, and try to find new ways to express yourself. I know if you get out there on an adventure and you really try to push this thing, you'll be really, really impressed with what it can do. Have fun out there.